Hey, what's up? It's Valar. Hope everybody's doing awesome. Thank you so much for checking out the video. Thanks for being here. Today's video is just gonna be kind of a fun video because, as every efficient Raid Shadow Legends player does, I had a bunch of 4-star crap epics that I never ever use, and some that I even leveled up and all that stuff. And I kept a copy of some of them, but I crunched them all and fed them into stuff I'm gonna use. So that that helped me with this training thing. That was super efficient of me. No, I'm kidding. I did actually keep some of them. But anyway, that's what today's video is going to be actually about, is looking at some absolute complete hot garbage trash epics, just because they need to do something with some of these to make them actually like more interesting or more useful. So I'll probably come out with like follow-up videos to this too about better epics, but this actually one right now is going to be focused on the hot garbage. Before I get into it too, please do me a favor. Please subscribe to the channel. Really need the help right now. We're almost to 1,500 subs. It would be absolutely cool if we can get it to 1,500 subs this weekend. But the other thing too is I'm actually starting my own Ultra Nightmare clan tomorrow. If you're interested, do me a favor, join the Discord. Hit me up with a direct message. I want to load it up with 30 Ultra Nightmare hitters. We could do Ultra Nightmare, Nightmare, but right now I'm looking to actually load it up with Ultra Nightmare hitters if we can. That's the main goal right now. So you don't have to be, two keying it or anything like that. If you can 4-key Ultra Nightmare, that is absolutely fine. So go ahead, shoot me a DM. We're gonna get this thing started actually Saturday, May 2nd. So I wanted to give this a heads up. I'm gonna create the clan after Clan Boss reset tomorrow. So probably hit me a DM. It might be easier, if you get in a couple days from now or a day from now. No big deal. uh, I'll get in there and do the easy bosses and all that stuff. So anyway, that being said, I am creating a clan. The reason I want to do that is I want to thank you guys actually for following me. Gotten the channel to something I never thought I would, and I'm actually a very, very small content creator. I'm not like a big guy right now. I've had a lot of good luck where I did a video with Hell Hades. He's been super nice to do it. The guy is huge compared to me, but he's actually a very humble guy. I've been in Chosen's community for over a year now, and that I'm actually leaving that to do my own thing right now because I just feel like I want to actually have my own little following and start my own clan system. That's it, basically. Nothing but love for all the guys over there, and the main thing is all just I feel like I want to branch out and do something on my own and have a following started where we build a nice clan cluster community with this and get things rolling. So this is just the beginning of that. All right. So with all that being said, that was a lot of me BSing, which I'm very good at. So anyway, I'm going to go into the index here, and we're going to look at some just terrible crap epics. Actually, is what we're going to do. And the first one to lead us off is Ali Play's favorite girl. He wants to date this girl. He wants to take her out and take her for ice cream. No, I don't know. I'm just kidding. Tashada. Tashada, I pull her a lot too. She is complete trash. And the only thing I've ever seen her use for, or anyone use her for, is actually a fusion. Now, if anybody's using these heroes, don't get me wrong. That's fine. I'm sure you can find a use for them, and maybe you disagree with me. No big deal. That's fine. We can all agree to disagree. And I might be missing them. I'm only going to focus on 10 right now that I think are hot garbage. So here's this: attacks one enemy, places a 50% increase attack buff on this champion for 2 turns if the attack's critical, but is based on defense and attack, which is a little bit weird, and it's only a one-hitter. Okay. It's not the most useless thing in the world, but it's not really that useful. Attacks 3 times at random. Each hit has a 50% chance of placing a 25% weaken debuff for 2 turns on a 3-turn cooldown. It's not that bad either, but I don't like the fact of this defense and attack, and her multipliers are probably terrible. She hits like a wet noodle. And then this attacks one enemy, revives a random ally with 40% HP if this attack kills the target, only available when an ally is dead. And then increased speed and faction crypts. She's overall pretty meh. Like, this would be cooler actually if maybe it was like a 2-hitter, and even if the increased attack could be on everybody is what I would do. That would actually make it a little bit cooler. This I don't like the 3 times at random stuff either because it's not reliable. Yes, a weekend is nice, but you're getting a 3-time random. Maybe if it was like an AOE weekend, that would actually be so much better. Just make it an AOE weekend. Then she'd actually be not that terrible. This is okay. I mean, it's kind of like, it's meh, you know. So yeah, you can see her her ratings reflect that too. So her ratings are actually correct. So who else we got here? We got barbarians are like going to take up a lot of this list actually, which is pretty sad. So they need to actually change some of this stuff. The next one we got is woad painted, whatever. She's got this weird look in her face too. Like I don't know, just I don't know. The helmet it doesn't do anything for her. It makes her look less attractive actually. Like these eyes look really strange to me. But anyway, the she attacks one enemy 2 times, 25% chance of placing block cooldowns, which you can get up to a whopping 30% chance. That's okay, but it's again another one of these things. It's attack and HP. The only one I've actually seen it work where there's actually two different scaled abilities is actually on Rotos. And the problem is her attack is terrible, right? But the removes all debuffs from this champion, then fully heals this champion, places 30% reflect damage on this champion for 2 turns. And it's on a 4-turn cooldown. That's not the worst, but I mean, it's just on her. Like, make this actually maybe where she can cleanse everybody. That would be kind of cool. Or even cleanse everybody and do the reflect damage on everybody. That would actually make her really useful. That's actually what I think it should do. Cleanse everyone and reflect damage on everyone. Or at the very least, cleanse everyone. Or reflect damage on everyone. Just do something to make it a little bit better. And then attacks one enemy has a 75% chance of placing block cooldown skills debuff for 2 turns. Damage is inflicted as proportional to this champion's max HP. It's a 4-turn cooldown. It's basically similar skill to her A1, but its damage is a little bit different scaling, and it's a better, higher chance, but it's just a one-hitter. It's not the worst, but you've got champions that can do AoE block cooldown skills, too. Now, there are legendaries. I believe Lugan can do it, but still, it's not really that enticing for much. So, Woad Painted actually has a little bit better ratings than I thought she did, so I could see a little bit of use for some of this, like this here, but it's so niche, and I don't see many people using her. And also, there's so many champions that do so much of this stuff so much better. I really feel like this ability needs to change. And since it's on a 4-turn, make it an AoE on everything on this. Make it an AoE cleanse on the team, and then the AoE reflect damage. That would actually make it have some good utility. So that's what I changed with Woad Painted. We're just gonna keep in the barbarians because I just realized that on my list I had like 4 barbarians or 3 barbarians on here. Excuse me. So Jotun, whatever, this guy, he has 1 use in the entire game. Now, he's not bad at it, but it's mainly early game, and it's clan boss, so the ratings are accurate here. He attacks one enemy with a 30% chance of placing the weaker version of decreased defense. So, not the high version. They need to change this to the 60% decreased defense so that he actually has a better utility with his decreased defense. This is his main thing. Attacks one enemy, 75% chance of placing HP burn debuff for 4 turns on a 4-turn cooldown. It's actually for 4 turns on a 3-turn cooldown if you can book him. So it's like permanent HP burn. That's what makes him good in Clan Boss. But then attacks one enemy, decreases target's max HP by 30% of the damage dealt. He's just so underwhelming, really. Like, he doesn't do anything besides this ability, actually. That's where it seems like something feels missing from him. Like you can make him way better than he is, I feel like. That 60% decreased defense might even kick it up another notch. And then this here, maybe give him some type of AoE or something like that. That would be this is a pretty high cooldown too, a 5-turn cooldown book, 6-turn cooldown. It's not like some amazing ability that, yeah, it's cool. I mean, but the decreased max HP is like, it's kind of meh. So I would say change his ability, decrease defense higher, and also make this the AoE. So that's just the recommendations I would have for that. So anyway, let's actually get going quicker on these too. So who else we got here? We got some Night Revenant, Crypt Witch. And let me explain why I hate Crypt Witch. And I think she's one of the worst in the game. Is actually, let's see. Yeah, this is it. Sorry. Is this right here. Attacks one enemy will ignore 50% of the target's defense if the target is faster than this champion. So built into her kit, they actually have a skill where you want her to be slower than the opposing champion. Well, here's the problem. She won't even get a turn if that's the way you want to build her. Like, just completely take out this faster than a champion, faster if the target's faster than her. Take it out, and it'll just make it ignore 50% of defense. That's all you got to do. The rest of this, this is okay. One hitter deals 30% more damage if the target has any buffs and ignores shield and block damage. That's kind of nice. And then she does have the bigger version of decreased defense. It's 2 times at random. I would rather either have it be what target you can get it on. It's a 3-turn cooldown, or it just be an AoE decreased defense. You have several other epics in the game that can do AoE decreased defense. A couple of them, like Stagnite, can do AoE decreased defense and decreased attack. So, why not just give it to her too? Make her do AoE decreased defense on this ability, and make this ability just ignore defense. It would actually improve her quite a lot. So that's actually the one there that I would say we would change. And then let's see. Oh, I missed one in here too. Let's see. Night Revenant. There was another one. It is Deathless, I believe. Is she in here? Yeah, there she is. Sorry. Okay. So Deathless. There's so many. She's another one that I really can't stand because you need people dead. So you need a negative effect or a negative consequence on your team to actually get some use out of her. So she only is going to place any of these debuffs if you have 1 or more allies dead. And then more debuffs if you have 2 or more allies dead. And then more if you have 3 or more allies dead. So basically, she could be the only one left on the team. And yes, it seems really niche and really kind of gimmicky. And then there's reflect damage on this champion for 2 turns, then attacks one enemy, 80% chance of placing provoke. That's not the worst. It's just okay. But it's only whatever. It's only a single target provoke. So AoE, this attack will always be critical if there are 2 or more dead allies. That's another reason why I hate her. I get it. I know they call her Deathless. It's like she doesn't die and the people are getting sacrificed around her to make her stronger. Or she's sucking up their life force or something. But the attack will always be critical if 2 or more allies are dead. So you've got to actually have your entire team die, basically, to get any real value out of her. And then you could be in a 4-on-1 situation. More than likely, she's just going to get the crap beat out of her in that situation. So she sucks. They fully need to change this dying thing. It's so gimmicky and just garbage. The only thing I think she's good for is fusing her or using her as a chicken. That's it. So, okay, I did forget one barbarian, Maeve. So out of the 10 I have in here, I believe there's 4 or 5 barbarians. So she has this thing, attacks one enemy, 40% chance of placing a sleep debuff, 50% chance of granting an extra turn if placing the sleep. Meh. And the sleep's not even that great either, especially single target, because as soon as they get hit, it's gone anyway. And then attacks one enemy, stun debuff on a target for 2 turns if they're under a sleep debuff. So they've got to stay under a sleep debuff, which can be taken away easily to even have this stun work. So that doesn't make any sense, and it's still a single target on a 4-turn cooldown. And then this is the attacks one enemy, and enemies killed by this skill can't be revived on a 3-turn cooldown. Great, whatever. I don't think you're ever going to use this girl. She's just complete hot trash. There's so much better block revives anyway. So I don't know what the point of Maeve is. Make some of these better. Make them actually useful in some way. Do what they did with Vergus. Vergus is actually cool now. He's not top tier, but he's actually interesting and useful. So that's what I'm hoping for. Maybe they see some of this and think, hey, let's actually change these. Throw in the comments if you think I'm missing a whole bunch, or if you just think I'm completely out of whack on some of these. So yeah, if I am, okay. So let's look at another one here. I believe he's actually a skinwalker. It is this guy, Taurus. Now I know you can find some niche use for him. I get it. But this ability just pisses me off, actually. This champion receives damage equal to 99% of their current HP, places unkillable buff on him for 2 turns, 80% chance of placing 3 poison debuffs on all enemies for 2 turns, on a 4-turn cooldown. So that's cool, but I hate the fact it kills... Yes, he places unkillable on himself, but he's down 99% HP, so there's going to have to be a specific team you build to get him healed up more at the exact right time, or this guy is just basically there to throw a bunch of poisons up and die in wave 1. That's it. So without a res, I feel like he's pretty much useless. So that's kind of where that's where my issue with him is. So Taurus needs something more. He does have this attacks one enemy, heals by 20% of the damage inflicted if the target's under poison, 50% weaken, which he can do. I mean, the lower version of weaken. No, sorry. The better version of weaken for 2 turns, 50% chance. Sorry about that. It's just this ability really ticks me off for some reason. I hate these type of things. So they need to do something to make his kit better. Maybe put a poison on his A1, or like a single poison, and this thing, because it's a 4-turn cooldown, keep it 3-turn poisons. But this 99% of his HP, where he just basically sacrifices himself, it's kind of lame. And that, it is what it is. But hey, now we only got 3 more, and they're all, I believe, yes, they are all in the same faction again. They're all in the Sacred Order. So Sacred Order and Barbarians have just some real dog poop as epics here, actually. So here's one of them, Missionary. I mean, the Missionary position's fun, but this guy, he sucks. So attacks one enemy, has a 20% chance of placing a stun debuff for 1 turn. Attacks one enemy, 40% chance of placing a provoke debuff for 1 turn. 100% chance of placing provoke for 1 turn if the champion's current HP is higher than the target's HP. So there's like a qualifier on that. I hate that stuff. 3-turn cooldown, and it's only single target and only lasts for 1 turn. So at least make it last for 2 turns if it's going to be single target, or just do AoE provoke. I feel like the single target provokes are not that useful in this game. They're okay to lock down 1 person, but you almost want it to be, you want to taunt the whole team is what you want to do, right? That's where the value comes in. And then he has the heal reduction and then decrease speed. And then he has all this stuff where like his abilities are attack, and then this one's attack and HP. So he's pretty meh. I mean, he does have somewhat okay ratings, but I don't see anybody using this guy. And again, he was just fusion fodder. Another one that everybody is always in love with pulling from their Sacred Shard. You bust a Sacred and a Bushi pops out. You're just like, wow, again. So this is he attacks one enemy. Damage inflicted increases each time this skill is used. Stacks up to 4 times. Who cares? Attacks one enemy and the attack's always critical. That's lame. I mean, I can just build them with a 100% crit rate and make the attack critical. Or I guess this can't be, a weak hit or whatever the heck it is. It'll always be critical no matter what. Revives this champion with 30% HP. Places an unkillable buff on this champion for 1 turn on a 3-turn cooldown. This just makes him annoying. It doesn't really make him anything other than that, just annoying. And you could just bust a Rhodos in there if he was in the arena too. So I don't see any use for him, and I almost feel like they just have to rehaul his kit altogether. Like, he's pointless. There is no point for him, really. Yes, you can use him in arena, but other than that, and I don't even think you should use him there. So, Bushi, Missionary, you guys suck. And the last one, I believe this is her. Yep. Now, she actually has a somewhat cool ability, but I don't like her. Lady Atessa, block buffs, debuff for 2 turns on a 1-hitter. 1 hit that places a stun for 1 turn on 1 target on a 3-turn cooldown. That's lame. And then this thing, and there's qualifiers on this stuff too, right? So damage inflicted. This brings in 2 random allies. So this is actually like a Longbeard, a Hyrea. Longbeard brings in everybody, but like a Hyrea I think is 2 as well, and she's a rare. So this one does only 2. Damage inflicted by this champion and any allies joining this attack will be increased by 10% if the target's under a stun. Now, she doesn't AoE stun, so you have to have someone else who AoE stuns. Allies joining the attack use their default skills. So I don't like the qualifier that target's got to be under a stun. And you're not going to sit there and manual it where you're going to do this. You want AoE stuff, so she's not useful to me. Now, whatever. She's not the worst one out of this list, and this list is not meant to be exhaustive in any way. So go ahead, bash whatever epic trash you want in the comments. Like and subscribe to the video. Hit me up on Discord about the clan, please. And then also, I want to say thank you very much for checking it out. I'll be back soon with another Raid Shadow Legends video. Cheers.